It's been about a week since Marvel Rivals came out, and I wanted to take a look at that game today, offer some opinions, but mostly I just want to see if it's still doing pretty well. Marvel Rivals has had over 10 million players, and on Steam alone, there was about 500,000 at the all-time peak, and in the last 24 hours, there's been 420,000 people playing it. Comparing that to Overwatch 2, only 34,000 people have played it in the last 24 hours, and at its peak was only 75K, so sorry, Blizzard. And that seems like a fair comparison to make because even ex-Blizzard president Mike Guevara was comparing the two games. Of course, Mike kind of put his foot in his mouth when he did it because he said that Black Widow in Marvel Rivals is a direct ripoff of Widowmaker in Overwatch. Completely ignoring that Black Widow debuted in 1964, about 50 years before Overwatch became a thing. Now, it took a while for this game to get its reviews in, but it looks like it's pretty good. A 7.5 based on both the user score and the critic score, so it's pretty rare those things line up. It's about a 7.5 game, which is good. And when it comes to streaming this game, there's tons of people streaming it. But there are other concerns, though, like monetizations and flavors and the fact that a lot of people are just over cape shit at this point. And when it comes to the roster, it's mostly characters you know from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but there's also some deep cuts here already. For example, Jeff. You should get to know Jeff. I love Jeff. And if you look past the fact that this is another Marvel thing, it's actually a really good Marvel thing. I mean, it's a really good hero shooter. And people are bored of both Marvel and hero shooters, so it's a real surprise this game is working the way it is. But it really is. I mean, if you were around when Overwatch came out, there was a ton of fan support, especially with the models. Especially on that one orange and black website that I can't access anymore here in Arkansas. I mean, seriously, there's a reason we don't get a lot of sexy characters in video games anymore. But we sure did this time. Good God. I mean, the usual suspects will tell you that one of the reasons this game is succeeding is because they're not afraid to avoid the woke propaganda, BS, what, blah, 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 blah. And they're probably right, actually. I mean, Concord did prove that a lot of players who want to play hero shooters just aren't in the mood for a DEI checklist for your character design. They want something interesting. They're more over that than they are Marvel characters, and that's really saying something. Of course, I don't think woke versus not woke has anything really to do with it. I think it's mostly just the game is fun. You remember when we used to play video games to have fun? The game is fun! And when it comes to the monetization, you even see journalists complaining that there's not enough progression and unlocks in the game or things to buy yet. So we're probably not going to get ripped off like Overwatch did. So I think Marvel Rivals is going to stick around for a little while, which is good news for Marvel, who's really taken a blow over the last few years. And it's especially good news for fans of hero shooters who want to play a good hero shooter that isn't based out of Blizzard. For some reason, we might want that. But mostly, I think it's going to stick around because it's fun. You guys remember having fun?